Do we need so much taxidermy in our home? Yes, we actually do. Let's do a tour while we're at it. Mind you, all these animals were hunted legally. And if you followed my page for long enough, you know I am such an advocate for conservation, for being ethical, for consuming what you hunt. And taxidermy is a really cool way to honor the animal that you have harvested for a really long time. And it brings up stories, brings people together. So let's tour begin. We'll start with this wall. I'm going to be able to give you a roundabout at what all of these scored and who killed them and what state they came from. This one Jonathan got in Illinois last year. I believe it was 152 inches, straight 8-pointer. Like, I think it's my favorite deer he's ever gotten. This buck is from Tennessee. I think it was like 163 inches. Jonathan shot this literally 2 days after I met him. Up until that point, I had the biggest deer, and then he ruined it like 2 days in. This deer, he looks different whatever angle you look at him from. He had some very weird genetics, and you'll notice he has fuzzy antlers because he was harvested during velvet season here in Tennessee. So I shot this buck in 2021, I believe. He looks bigger when he's not above us, you know? I think this one was 2020 or 2021 in Illinois. This buck was like 9 years old. He didn't have an eye, and so we put like a milky eye in the taxidermy. A lot of our taxidermy is done by Wilson Wildlife Artistry. This is my biggest 8-pointer here in Tennessee. This was on our farm. I think he scored like mid 130s. No. He was like 138. I think this was my first out-of-state buck ever, and I had been hunting for like 2 weeks, and he came out and he tickled my fancy. So he is on the wall now. So he, I think, scored around 130 inches. We'll move off of deer for a second. Jonathan and I hunted antelope in 110-degree weather for 3 days, like literally 10 to 11 hour sits by a watering hole. And these were the only two little bucks. They are tiny, okay? But it's the memory that counts. These guys came by us at like, I think mine was 46 yards and Jonathan's was like 29 yards. We archery hunted. We hunted those with Heartland Pride Outfitters in Nebraska. This turkey, you can see it has double beard. This is Jonathan's brother's turkey. He's just kind of keeping it here until he has a spot for it, but it looks nice up there. This is an aoudad skull. Me and Jonathan hunted for a week in Texas. They have free-range aoudad there, so we did a Euro mount. Now, these two on either side of the fireplace at the moment, you can't really see everything going on because I decorated them. This was Jonathan's biggest bow kill for a really long time. I think it's a mainframe 8. It has a couple kickers. I think this scored like 152, and then this is my biggest deer ever. Shot it on the farm, so across the street here in Tennessee. He's 157 inches as a main, like he is a straight 10-pointer. These are Hungarian partridges. Whenever we do some sort of birds, we try to do a male and a female, but Hungarian partridges don't really look very different male and female wise. Sometimes the males are like super colorful. I caught this Arctic grayling in Saskatchewan. This is a replica, so they don't really do mounts with the real fish skin anymore. So we took measurements and pictures and all that good stuff. So this was crazy. This is like a trophy level Arctic grayling. I don't deserve this fish. We got chuckers over here by the Keurig, you know? And then this is Jonathan's largest deer to date. I guess highest scoring deer today. He was actually on the downhill, so he was bigger the year before because he's so old. He scored 174 inches. The more you look at him, the more points you end up finding, and he's got a triple drop tine. You see 1, 2, 3. No, this was not a high fence deer. This was in Illinois. It was just a freak. With him being so tall, you can't really see how cool it is, but this pheasant, it's like it's flushing up off of the ground. And then we've got some ducks over here. I'm not going to pretend like I know these are wood ducks. So I'm not going to pretend like I know everything about these ducks. Like that's a male mallard up there. This one's a pintail. I love that this one's an icy scene. So it's got like icicles coming off of the rock. We mounted this coyote. Now, we hunt coyotes all the time. Having livestock, they are major predators to fawns, to baby turkeys, to our calves, you know, like our baby goats. They are predators. So we predator hunt. That's like one of the few things that we don't eat that we actually hunt. So this one had I don't think you even see how red it is in person, but it's a pretty rare color. So we mounted it full body. Little bobcat up there. Okay, the otter, we got a permit for it it was a buddy of ours who had a pond that this otter was getting all the fish out of, and he was going to go have like a nuisance permit to go hunt it. And we said, are you going to mount it? And he said no. And so because it was going to, be hunted anyway, we said, you know what, can we mount it? And if we go hunt it for you. And so otherwise, I'm not like a huge fan of wanting to hunt otters, but that was kind of a specific situation. Oh, my deer's a little crooked. So that was my biggest deer for a really long time. I hunted this deer by myself at the farm for like a week. And I think I was 18 years old when I got him. So he is like a mid 130s 11 pointer. This one up here I got when I was 13. It's an 8-pointer. This one down here I shot in Illinois a couple of years ago. I honestly can't remember what he scored. He's really cool though. He has short tines, but he had a really cool frame. That hunt was really special to me. And then this one up here was Jonathan's, one of his first bucks ever. We do have some other deer in our house. This is our shop that are smaller, that are from when we were younger, that I don't have to show y'all right now. I got this deer in Illinois. I thought a Euro would be really cool to do. And then, these are my first 2 archery bucks ever. So this one was like a 137-inch 10-pointer. And then this one, he was a young buck, but he was my first archery buck ever. So you got to have a little bit of a leeway on that size-wise. But it was really cool because they were only like a week apart. So we did a little special mount for them. Now, a couple of the ducks are out in like the man cave part of the shop. This blue goose is right here. I feel like he needs somewhere more special, but that's where he is. There's a sandhill crane over here on the workbench. Jonathan has collected some taxidermy from some interesting places. So we've got this old log of Euro mounts up here, and then there's a couple special editions. Jonathan's first buck ever, my first duck ever, and that was the worst, most miserable hunt of my life. I do have an appreciation for this one. I honestly just couldn't find a spot for this wood duck, so that's where he went. Little cowboy squirrel up there. I think that's everything that is like on the wall up to be shown at the moment. I think we do have some other things that are at the taxidermist. Oh wait, hold on. One more. Jonathan has a little bit of a possum collection going right now. Whatever floats his boat. All the possums were found at an estate sale. I did none of this, by the way. This is Jonathan's wall that he put all of it up by himself. But he does, he's got my little magazine cover at Sporting Classics up there. He has spent a lot of time putting this together and, putting memories together. I do thank him for the spots he's put me on, But there it is. There's your taxidermy tour. You can never have too much. I love it. I think it's an art form. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I do believe if you're going to kill an animal and it's edible and you're going to eat it, it is a really cool way to honor that animal for a really long time and to share those memories with others. And yeah,